I have lost the beginning footage of me creating the sketch, but this is a picture of the Hollow Knight that we play as in my style. I hope you enjoy watching me suffer through this drawing, because it took me around 2 hours. Enjoy! Those spikes, antlers, or whatever they are on top of their head, those are fucking hard to draw. Those are very hard to draw. I took a very long time just to get these correct. For most of this video, I used the tool Predictive Stroke. It helped me smooth out my lines, as my lines were not the neatest. In the original sketch, the distance was incorrect in between the eyes, so I had to fix that. My plan was to start out with the basic colors, then I would actually do the shading and everything. So I did a lot of unnecessary details during this part. I don't think I knew what I wanted to do at this point. I was just basically trying to follow the original sketch as much as possible while still keeping it in my style. Safe to say it was hard. I tried to get it to look as close as the original picture as I possibly could, but that came across a lot of problems. That being, the sketch looked very bad, and I had to go over it again and again to make it at least look neat. However, I want to prioritize the coloring first, and actually know what coloring I wanted, what shading I wanted. Now I can make the outline look as neat as possible after the fact that's all colored in. Now this actually worked out, this plan. So, yeah. I made the original outline transparent, that way I could actually make the lines look neat. Because if I did not have the outline transparent, I would not have it look neat, and it would be a big problem when I decided to turn off the sketch outline, because then the lines look like that, like the coloring look bad. I used the smallest brush that I had available for any small corners or sharp edges that I needed to do. It helped a lot when I wanted them to actually look sharp. But the sharp points looked blunt as of right now. I'll go over it again and do an outline to make it look sharper in the future. Now, my second smallest brush would not color this in very fast, so I decided to do a big outline. That way I don't have to worry about my third smallest brush bleeding through the outlines that I need to confine it in. Now, I tried to stick to the sketch as much as I could while making it at least look natural. So if you see me going off the lines or re-going it over and over again, that's because it either looked unnatural or unneat. And I wanted this to actually look good. I made a note to myself that the negative area looked the sharpest, mainly because of it being, negative space. I could, not color in a micropixel of the negative space, but I was locked to the confines of my brushes for any non-negative space. Here's when I realized that my eyes looked very wonky and bad, so I went over it and tried to clean it up a bit. Some eyes, one eye, had space in it that wasn't colored in, and they both looked uneven. Here's when I figured out what exactly I wanted to do for the thing. So I decided to use the predictive stroke to make the lines look a whole lot neater, and I then decided to just outline it, make it look sharp and good. The bucket tool is a big help for some of this drawing, as I grew tired of drawing it by hand. So the bucket tool really helped. Here is when I realized I forgot the nail. That's a pretty important part of the Hollow Knight. I went to go comfort my girlfriend real quick. And hun, no, you did not interrupt my drawing. Hun, if you are indeed watching this, I love you, like, so very much. I then got started on the nail, tried to make the shape look as good as I could, and then I started on the outlines. I think I made the outlines and the shadows the same exact color, which is good, I believe. Now here is when the details come into play. But I made the shadows color incorrect, so I pulled from the actual Hollow Knight's cloak's shadow and actually started fixing it. And I did all the details and everything. The details were painful to do because I could never get them quite right until after a while, so right here is when I realized the cloak's design and the actual outline that I was trying to do did not match up. So I had to fill in more of the cloak. Now the skull on their head is very annoying to us Shade, because I first tried doing like white, like a lighter color of the white I was doing, and then a darker color. It just wouldn't work because I merged the eyes and the skull together. I tried to make the eyes look like the void was seeping out of them. It just did not work. And overall, I was having a very hard time with the skull. I outlined the entire skull, including under the light, so that was also a big mess up on my end. Here is where I found out that if I made the brush big enough and had them go over the eyes, it actually looked pretty good as a shadow. The only thing is, I had no room left for the color because the white took over the normal color, and then the black took over the other color, and I was trying to not make it look so big and ruin the eyes. I was still trying this void seeping thing idea though, I didn't give up on that. I eventually just decided to move the eyes to another layer. That way I don't have to worry about it. Then I just started all over with the shadows and everything. Decided to use a very light yellow for like the light that's going off the skull, and then a very dark blue for the shadows. I think that worked. However, I think I made the shadows and the light a little too close together for the horns on the head. However, I think it just looks good. What are your opinions on it, though? Please tell me down in the comments. I think I'm pretty novice with art. Like, I'm not a necessary beginner, but I'm not an expert either. I know how to use the tools, and I know how to make it look good. I'm just not the best at it, because I've seen people who are better than me. I also still did not give up on the void eyes thing, because I really wanted it to actually look like the void was seeping out of the eyes. It was a great idea, and I just wanted to execute it good. And I did do it good. I have finally nailed the void seeping out of the eyes part, though it's pretty unnoticeable with that light I did it. Still works though. I edited the background, made it look all good. Put the name on top of the Hollow Knight, and there we go. It's done. What's your opinion on my Hollow Knight drawing? Please tell me down below, and see you soon. Bye!